Oh boy, Matt, you wouldn't believe it. Can you believe NFTs by Ubisoft are a scam? Who would have thought? Oh, us, like when they announced them. And the majority of everybody else. Oh, and actually, contrary to our own surprise, unions are being recognized?
Somewhat.
Tricky.
Tricky. What's that song?
Tricky?
No, it's an old song. Not gonna worry about it.
Tricky.
Hey,
It's tricky.
that's the one.
Yeah. I got you. I don't know.
It's on the Can't Hardly Wait soundtrack. Can't Hardly Wait. Yeah.
To be fair, we both made obscure references, and then you went, "Yeah, fuck you," and made another one, and I'm lost. So you win.
Nah. Win the biggest obscure loser
Of this first 5 minutes.
Yep. There's still time left on the board.
The
welcome
clock is running.
to the Gamers 2 podcast, your weekly roundup of news and commentary related to the video game industry and anything else that might pique our interest. Yankees won today.
Yankees did win.
Hard fought game.
Opening day has come and gone.
Come and gone.
I guess technically, right?
Opening day.
Opening weekend is still here.
Opening day 1.5.
I guess opening day for some people because technically they got their Thursday games. Like Yankees got their Thursday canceled. So
Yep. Australian Grand Prix this weekend as well.
that's true. At I think 1 in the morning on Sunday is the race.
Probably.
From what
Because
I
I was
earlier.
like, why am I seeing Free Practice 1 videos on Thursday?
By the time you get home, Free Practice 3 will probably be up.
Probably.
Because
New
Australia.
newly modified version of the track. They sped it up a bit.
4 DRS zones.
I know, which is ridiculous.
Let them race, boys. Where's Michael Massey when you want him? It's called racing.
It's called racing, Toto. We've gone racing. Or we say we've gone car racing.
I don't remember.
Doesn't matter.
Dumb quote.
What else is going on this weekend?
That's all I got.
That's all I got too.
We were talking about going to a game.
We
I
were.
don't know what the status of that will be.
I don't know either. It might snow.
I did see that there might be weird weather, and I was like,
yeah, I'm like, I want to go, but do I want to sit in weird weather?
yeah, exactly. It's like,
So that's where we're at right now on that. Maybe play it a little.
I think it's supposed to be like in the 60s next week.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That might be a better time.
Mm-hmm. I think they're not. I think they're out of town next week.
Of course they are.
But
why wouldn't they be?
plenty of
once it gets better
games
weather.
left. Yeah, plenty of games left.
For sure. Anyway,
Well,
if you didn't want to, you want to do it?
I guess we gotta talk about video games, specifically new releases. So, like, if you don't want to sit in the weather this weekend, be cold. If you're in upstate New York, you could sit inside and play these new games.
We had the same segue, so I appreciate it. Number 1, Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
Didn't realize that came out. Have seen some funny little tidbits on
Looks
it.
like the best fighting game I've seen in a while. Number 2, Chrono Cross: The Radical Dreamers Edition for the PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Number 3, Demio for Demio PC Edition for, guess what, the PC. Number 4, Green Hell VR for the Quest. Number 5, Slipstream for the PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. Number 6, Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp, which I think actually got delayed and it isn't out, so ignore my own list. And number 7, Dream Vibe for the PC.
Sorry, I got sidetracked by the Green Hell thing. Okay.
Green Hell.
Green Hell.
Yeah, I got nothing. Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Yeah. Looks interesting. Saw some funny, the idol character animations.
Yes, the lightsaber one.
Yeah, there's the lightsaber one, and then there's the one with Anakin and Darth Vader.
I don't think I saw that one.
If you bring in young Anakin with Darth Vader, Anakin will be like, "Oh, your suit's so cool! I want one." And then Darth Vader will go, "Patience, child, patience."
It's Obi-Wan, right? That has the saber problem.
Anakin, like the episode 3 version of Anakin does.
Oh, it's the 3 version. Okay.
Yeah,
Because I knew they were in Tatooine and they were in the whatever, but I couldn't tell.
He like pulls it out
Where
and it's
they-
red, and then he whacks
it's
it
like
and it
whacking,
turns
he's
to
like,
blue, and he's like, No, I saw the green hell VR thing, and green hell is the green hell is the nickname for the Nuremberg
Oh.
And I was like, oh,
No. Are they related?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, apparently it's like some jungle thing.
Nam?
Some jungle. Could be. There was tigers. Is there tigers in Vietnam? I don't know.
You know what? Sure.
Sounds about right. I need
Bengal
to check
tigers,
something real quick.
specifically.
No, it's in here. Okay.
All right, then.
All right. What are you feeling? Odds, evens?
You know what?
Might be a short one. There's not much that we would want to talk about. Everything we'd want to talk about is probably towards the end.
And everything we want to talk about usually is probably happening in the next couple weeks.
Yeah.
So let's talk about number 1. Microsoft. I'll take odds.
Fair.
Just for, mixing it up. You've had the odds for a while.
Well, I'm an odd person. It's fair.
That's what I always say about you.
It's a fair assessment.
That's par for the course. Number 1, Microsoft is under scrutiny from the European Union's antitrust regulators. Reuters reports it has seen a questionnaire issued to firms that seeks out potential areas for concern. If any are identified, it could lead to a formal investigation into Microsoft. The questionnaire is believed to have been prompted by complaints about Microsoft's cloud practices from 4 European companies. The questionnaire said, quote, "The Commission has information that Microsoft may be using its potentially dominant position in certain software markets to foreclose competition regarding certain cloud computing services." End quote.
Standard operating procedure.
Yeah, more just you want to threaten them and get them to back down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what the service specifically is, because there are three giants in cloud with multiple others sitting in B tier.
You talking about the ones that complained?
Well, they said 4 companies. Was it other cloud companies complaining?
Yeah, they listed them out. I didn't recognize any of them. I think the majority of them were French. So, I don't know.
Croissant Cloud.
Baguette Cloud.
Beignet Cloud.
Eiffel Cloud.
He's on the move, Cloud. That's another reference that I don't even think you got.
French are going to hate us.
Already hate us.
That's probably true.
I played with a couple French people.
No.
French Canadian.
Oh, French Canadian. They're mildly okay.
A boot.
Hey?
One of the guys dropped an A yesterday.
Dude, I don't know what it is. When a Canadian person genuinely drops an A, I fucking lose it.
I almost went, holy shit, he actually did it. Because he doesn't normally do it.
Mm-hmm.
It just randomly, he was in the flow of conversation and he just said something A, and I was like,
I think they genuinely, like, when they're talking to like
actively try
Americans
to, like, strip
and
it
stuff
out.
yeah, they actively try to like censor themselves.
I had that moment where I looked like Andy, Chris Pratt's character from Parks and Rec, where he's just doing the just so shocked that somebody actually said it.
So fantastic. Jealous.
You can catch up every now and then with stuff like a boot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not usually that pronounced, but you can catch it with a couple of U's and O's and stuff in there where you hear it come through a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But the A is just so
Hey. So good. Belarusian studio Wargaming has announced that it will cease operations of its businesses in Russia and Belarus. The World of Tanks maker has transferred the management of its live games businesses in the 2 territories to Lesta Studio, formerly Wargaming St. Petersburg, which is no longer affiliated with it. Wargaming says it will not profit from this process and expects to suffer substantial losses as a result of the decision. It has also started the process of closing its offices located in Minsk. Wargaming's live service games will remain available in Russia and Belarus, but will operate by Leicester Studios moving forward. So they're two separate entities.
Interesting. I don't know.
There's
a logistical reason.
I'm slightly more closer to it because obviously World of Warships, and I still kind of follow I don't play it anymore, but I still kind of follow the community. I'm still in the subreddits and stuff like that. A lot of questions on that one because like World of Warships, for example, the studio that took lead on that game, I'm pretty sure is Wargaming St. Petersburg.
Oh.
So everyone's like, what's going on? Like, what's this mean for all these games? And they haven't really said. They've just kind of, this is all they've said.
It's still just kind of like a weird, I mean, I get it, but I don't fully get, need more information.
My tinfoil hat theory.
Ooh, here we go.
Is that they didn't want the bad PR.
For already being a Belarusian company.
Yes. So they split it in two separate entities, hoping to avoid the bad PR. But I'm sure if you dug deep enough, both entities are probably owned by the same people.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So
same name on the lease, just a different name on the building.
Exactly. So they can like claim the good PR.
We'll see. They're definitely going to have to make another statement.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah. Because, a lot of their operations are based out of, well, obviously, all of their shit's based out of Russia and Belarus. So,
yeah, which is what happens. Number 3. A new Monkey Island game has been announced, with the series' original co-creator Ron Gilbert returning to lead the project. Return to Monkey Island is currently in development at Lucasfilm Games. You guys remember that place? And will publish under Devolver Digital sometime in 2022.
You have any
tied to Super Monkey Ball? No.
Yeah, okay. Here do I.
I enjoy watching speedruns of it because the people that are really good at it you just get confused watching it. But they're really good. People
seem to be hyped about it, so
there's a lot of people that really like it because I think it's a good casual game, but at the top end it can also be a very good speedrun competitive style game for finishing levels the fastest, finding out how to mess with physics and jump off of like entire courses essentially. But at the same time, it's like a tilt puzzle game that's just more.
It's just a weird one to bring back. You know what I mean?
What else is Lucasfilm doing? You know what I mean?
I didn't even think they still existed, to be completely honest with you.
Exactly. No, nor did I think Devolver would be the one publishing a Lucasfilm game.
Yeah, that is kind of suspect, but I guess, Devolver's been kind of, they've been all over the place.
They've been technically killing it lately.
They have.
They've published a lot of badass quality games.
Oh, yeah. I feel like they've been slowly, like, moving up the ladder too, as far as they're not just, they kind of had a rap for a while as being like I don't know how to describe it, like they publish and make games that are like B games or something like that.
Yeah, but since they started doing their E3 showing, they've like turned it up year after year after year, not just the E3 show, but like the products they release as well.
Oh yeah. Good for Devolver Digital. Don't really care about Monkey Ball or Monkey Island.
Yeah, I don't really care about that, but props to Devolver. Shout out.
What was that? Jesus, almost spiked my iPad. Monkey Bone. Monkey Bone. I think that's what it was called. That fucking wacky Brendan Fraser movie. I'm pretty sure it's Monkey Bone. Look that up later. Number 4.
What do you think it's about?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was so wacky that I don't even remember.
It's not the one where he's a caveman, right?
No, that's what is that called? But that's not the one.
I don't remember what that one's called either.
Okay.
Monkey Bone is that movie.
It looks wacky, right?
It looks terrible.
Yes. Correct.
Life could not be better for cartoonist Stu Miley. He has created a hit comic strip featuring Monkey Bone, a petulant rascal with a penchant for wise cracks and racy antics. Stu, happy and in love with his beautiful girlfriend Julie, is on the ellipsis. I'm not clicking into that and reading the rest of the description.
It's probably a wise decision, really.
Chris Kattan was in that movie.
Chris Kattan.
He played organ donor Stu. Chris Kattan is the often forgotten, one of the forgotten people from Night at the Roxbury.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the SNL guy.
Yeah. I know the name, but I couldn't place where I knew it from. I think I saw that in theaters with my mom and my brother.
Monkey Bone?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember walking out and my mom being like, "That's the worst movie I've ever seen." Anyways,
Encino Man?
Encino Man. Yes, yes. Oh my god. You know what I watched the other day?
We just gonna be clear. Brendan Fraser's been in 2 movies called Encino Man and Monkey Bone.
We watched a couple weeks ago, Blast from the Past. Is that what it's called? Blast from the Past? Where he's like, him and his parents go into the bomb shelter.
Oh,
and like,
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we watched that. Pretty good movie, actually. Just a fun little romp.
Speaking of movies and really weird ones,
yeah,
I was explaining Godzilla King of the Monsters to somebody today.
Movie podcast now.
And I've got to watch that. And I was like, just understand it's shit. And the plot lines make no sense and they're absurd.
Yeah.
But watch it with my description running in your head, and you're going to have a great time.
Godzilla.
Don't pause it to go to the bathroom.
Apparently, they're
just trust me. Just come back. You won't have missed anything. They'll be on a new plot point.
Yeah. Apparently, they're doing another Godzilla versus King Kong.
Oh, round 2?
Yep. So we have that to look forward
I still
to.
haven't seen the first one. It's in my movie list, but I haven't watched it yet. Because we were supposed to do shots. We were supposed to drink to Godzilla. Or we were supposed to drink to Godzilla, and then we were also supposed to drink to old Kung Fu movies.
Yeah.
The Kung Fu movie one is going to ruin us probably more than the Godzilla one.
Probably.
We still need to do that, though. I'm down.
I am down. Godzilla.
Down for making Sam absolutely hate us.
Godzilla might be pretty rough, too, though.
Depends on what the rules are, because there's tropes in both. But you can have, seeing how like the old Kung Fu movies are just fighting all of the time. So you can, if you're like, oh, man gets thrown through plate glass window 17 times in one fight, could happen. And then the next fight starts in a factory that's a glass factory and happens again. But something
you have to do like back-to-back shots if someone like rips an organ out using the claw grip.
Ooh, yeah. If an eye gets poked at all.
Yeah.
Or a throat chop. But I would take somebody saying, like, run, it's Godzilla, that's a shot. Somebody gets eaten, but they're clearly alone. I think they made the mistake of wandering alone. Dead.
Yeah, you could do some weird shit. All right, I guess we should continue on. Number 4. Ubisoft has announced Rainbow Six Mobile. The wait is over, Nate. You can finally relax. A competitive FPS title in which players compete in 5v5 matches. The shooter's development team was formed independently to focus on its production and is based out of Montreal. The team went on to say that this title will not affect the development of its console counterpart, Rainbow Six Siege. Live tests for the title are slated to begin within the next few weeks. What
Okay.
everyone wanted.
Yeah. Ubisoft killing it with things that people want.
There's so much Ubisoft love in this podcast. And if by love, you mean giant piles of horse shit.
Seeing how we're continuing down this trend, I'm going to skip and go right to Ubisoft again.
That's fair. You could do that. We
Because
can.
we're talking about how much everybody loves what they do. So I feel like it's only right that we bring this up now.
Yeah, sure.
And Ubisoft is no longer making content for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, including its controversial NFTs. The official Ghost Recon Twitter account confirmed that March saw the final update for the game, although servers for both Breakpoint and its predecessor Wildlands will continue to be maintained. Ubisoft's messaging thanks all Ghost Recon Breakpoint players who claimed their first digits, which is Ubisoft's term for its NFTs, adding, quote, "You own a piece of the game and have left your mark in its history," end quote. The final digit for Breakpoint was released on March 17th, just 3 months after Ubisoft announced it would be adding NFTs into the game. One of the most common sales pitches for NFTs is the ability to use your items in other games, although there is no word on whether this will apply to digits sold on Breakpoint.
There's like so much, but it's just like
it's levels that we've gone through before of this conversation on this podcast, so I don't want to go through it again. But how stupid do the people at Ubisoft have to be? Or how little do they think of you as the consumer to not see right through this bullshit?
I gotta get that money.
How are you as a consumer so stupid that you let people that are dumber than you swindle you?
I don't know. Ubisoft's by far the worst right now. The worst.
Oh, you own a piece of the game, you own a piece of the history. Shut the fuck up. It has no monetary value anymore.
Do you think, I mean, I know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it just for the sake of the conversation and this podcast. What odds do you think you give that Ubisoft makes these digits portable into other games?
What scale would you like me to use? Amount of bananas out of the traditional 100? How many hot dogs versus the amount Joey Chestnut eats in 12 minutes?
Whatever scale you'd like. A simple no would also suffice.
I'll give it 1 Alex Horn becoming Taskmaster out of 5 failed contestants getting disqualified.
Okay. There you've had it. Go watch Taskmaster. You'll like it.
For the layman that hasn't watched that yet, that is a 1 in 100 chance.
I don't even like. I don't know.
Or
I'm morbidly
specifically 1%.
I'm morbidly curious about what Ubisoft's going to do next, as far as their just.
I'm morbidly curious in the way that it might be morbid for whatever their future is.
Yeah. I kind of feel like they have like the company as a whole has like dementia or something. Like they're just.
I think they have split personality syndrome.
They're like wandering, like they're living their lives normal, and then all of a sudden, like they just walk out of the house.
I think it's 2 things. I think it's dementia mixed with what's his name's character from Split.
Oh yeah, like was it like dissociative personalities or something?
Or yeah, he just
Identities
has
or whatever.
like 17 different personalities inside of them, but he also just forgets that anybody else exists at any time or what he's doing, and just like
yeah. Ubisoft, keeping it real,
keeping it something.
They are keeping it something.
There's one thing they're keeping it. It's something.
All right, Minecraft has launched Rivercraft, a new world that aims to teach children about the negative impacts of flooding and climate change. It features 3 games to help children understand environmental issues with managing flooding, flood prevention, and our local environment. The world was developed in collaboration with the sustainability advocacy nonprofit Environment Agency and digital youth engagement organization Block Builders. Microsoft doing Microsoft things.
I like the sentiment.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I feel that way about everything that I see in the same vein, where it's like, that's a really nice sentiment, but like,
is it going to land?
Yeah, like it's not going to get the massive outreach that, you know, I don't know if they're hoping for that, but it's just not going to get that massive outreach.
And besides, if you really wanted to show it off, go into people's creative worlds or anything where you know that they're a young player and they've like done all this work, and start just spawning water at the top of any of their projects and flood and destroy it and go, now that's what happens.
As soon as you started talking, I was like, he's going to go natural disasters.
Yeah, exactly. You just flood their world and go, sup,
figure it out.
This is going to happen to you in real life. You don't figure this shit out.
Figure it out. We're going to keep going until you figure it out.
You just see the one floating dev just staring at you with the water block in his hand, just puts another one down, stares at you. And you're like, lava. Grant. All right, do that. Lava, lava, lava. And then he's just looking at you. He's like, I see. 2 more water blocks.
You chose poorly.
Number 7. THQ Nordic will be hosting a digital showcase on Friday, August 12th. August 12th. Well, for some reason I was like, August 12th isn't a Friday. I was thinking of like next week, and it's April, so that's where my brain is.
It's funny you should say that because they did this announcement, and I was like, why are they announcing it so far out?
Because THQ Nordic. They let you know ahead of time because they got big plans for 108 games.
Okay. All right.
The virtual show will be live streamed on YouTube, Twitch, and Steam at 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. In the video unveiling the content, THQ wait, what the fuck? THQ showcased. Do you have a stroke? Showcased some of its portfolio with a separate save the date announcement saying the publisher will be providing updates on games like Outcast 2, A New Beginning, and Jagged Alliance 3, and present several brand new games. So hey, more games are coming.
Yeah, THQ.
Doing their thing.
They got hundreds of games just sitting in places.
And so we're going to give you about 4, and then we'll get you some more later. Feast on these 4 for now. It's just your appetizer. Nom 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 nom.
No. Okay.
Gremlin?
Yeah. Losing it over here.
Oh, my mind is lost.
All right, number 8. Tomb Raider Studio. Tomb Raider Studio Crystal Dynamics has hired Jeff Ross as its new design director.
The comedian?
No. Ross joins after a 7-month stint at Mortal Kombat maker NetherRealm Studios, where he held the position of design manager. Prior to that, he spent almost 15 years working at Bend Studio, where he rose to become game director for a PlayStation exclusive Days Gone. This is that guy that was complaining.
I heard that did well.
Yeah, did great.
Yeah, I heard he didn't get canned. Wait, what?
Get wrecked. He also worked at The Collective, Rockstar Vancouver, Sony Computer Entertainment America. It's unclear which project he has been hired for, but it's known that Crystal Dynamics is supporting development on the Perfect Dark reboot and working on a new Tomb Raider powered by Unreal Engine 5, which I, for some reason, decided to say, hey, by the way, Tomb Raider is being developed on Unreal Engine 5. Brain farts, man.
I mean, hey, listen, sometimes you forget what you wrote literally a sentence before. I understand.
Sometimes you're grabbing articles and researching, and you're like, did I remember to do that? And then you go back and you reinsert it, and oh, wait, I already had it in there. Case in point.
Life.
Case in point. Yeah, Unreal Engine 5 taking over everything.
Good.
That is good.
Good.
It's good.
I am intrigued. Well, I don't know. Is intrigued the right word? I don't know what a new Tomb Raider means, because the last one was kind of end of the world-ish and like put her into like a kind of retiring state. So I don't know what you do without, like, can we not try to bring her about the end of the world again?
I think other people also have that same sentiment, because I've seen it brought up, and they did clarify that it is not a remake.
I mean, that's fine that it's not a remake, but like,
And
not a galactic battle either would be great. Like, actually give me more Indiana Jones vibe.
And then one of the main writers said that they were wanting to move away from the whole daddy issue thing.
Yeah, she had a lot of daddy issues, and then she was like just murdering everybody. There's a lot of murder.
Wow, dark past.
But she was murdering to stop the murderers. So does that?
Is it murdering?
Is it murdering? I ask myself that every day.
Have you probably haven't been watching Moon Knight at all?
No, not yet.
They tread down similar paths on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
It's the old, like, it's the Minority Report thing. Another obscure reference. Like if you look into the future and you know someone, if you see the future,
well, it's the Hitler paradox.
It is. It's the Hitler paradox. All right, so I look into your future, Nate, and I see that you're going to murder Obama, and I'm like, I don't know. That's all I got.
Keep going. Explain the rest of the paradox.
And I'm like, oh, that's no good. I should take Nate out before he does that. But you didn't do it yet. So, like, are you really guilty of a crime? It's that whole paradox.
Yeah.
So do you go back in time and strangle baby Hitler? Maybe. I mean, it's probably a good idea, really. But
I'll make the Sark joke. I'll make the Sark joke. That would get us in trouble. You know what it is, right?
Yeah.
If you really wanted to stop. One of my favorite jokes. I love that joke. Because it's just absurdist.
It is.
And it's always brought up with the whole baby Hitler thing.
Everyone loves talking about baby Hitler.
Little Hitler.
Good skit.
Plaska, where's your desk?
I need a Czechoslovakian boy's desk as well.
Now it's my problem.
Never gets old.
No, it doesn't. In fact, I'll probably turn it on after this because now I got to hear it again.
Yeah.
Number 9. According to a new report from Kotaku, the next Ghost Recon title, codenamed Over, it is currently in the works at Wildlands and Breakpoint developer Ubisoft Paris. Apparently, the game has already been in development for over a year and could possibly launch before the end of fiscal year 2023. Kotaku also reiterates that Ghost Recon Frontline has undergone a major reset and is unlikely to launch anytime soon. And if you were shocked by that news, I have whatever that saying is. I got a bridge in the middle of the ocean to sell you. I don't remember what the saying is. Something about being gullible and giving away money. Over is funny as a code name.
Yeah.
Also, you already had Frontline.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck are you doing?
I bet they're going to do the same thing that they're rumored to be doing with Assassin's Creed.
Oh, I was going to say with The Division.
Well, I mean, The Division is really doing the same thing.
As we're into this, all Ubisoft titles from here on forward.
Yeah. So you have all these titles that have a live service game plan, and they're like, oh, wait, it's taking too long, so let's put out like a little thing.
I like that a live service game plan, which is meant to be like time gated and everything, is like, it's taking too long.
Yeah.
What? It just goes to show that when we saw Frontline from that trailer, And we both went, what the fuck what are they doing? Are they just letting anybody make anything now? Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Ubisoft.
Back to the old 17 personalities and dementia. They
Hey.
honestly probably greenlit over forgetting Frontline was a thing. And then the guys at Frontline went, hey. And they're like, oh. Shit.
Our
Did
bad.
we do that?
Are we
Did we
the,
say you guys keep going?
Are we the baddies?
More Nazi jokes.
That's true. Hey, if that last story didn't make you angry, this one will. Activision Blizzard is turning all of its temporary and contingent QA workers in the U.S. to full-time employees with full benefits. The move affects nearly 1,100 people, and the publisher is also raising the minimum hourly pay for those positions to $20 an hour as of April 17th. Activision Publishing, in particular, will see its headcount swell by 25% as a result of the move. Converting part-time staff to full-time employees was a key demand made by Raven's Software's QA team in December when it began a 2-month strike that ended with a vote in favor of unionization. This is the part that's going to make you mad. An Activision Blizzard representative told Bloomberg that the minimum pay will not apply to Raven QA workers who voted for unionization, quote, due to a legal obligation under the National Labor Relations Act, end quote. The other fun part of this was the statement they put out when they announced this, and it was basically an underhanded statement saying, hey, this is what you get when you work directly with us instead of trying to form unions. So they're being
annoyed.
dicks. They're being dicks.
It's the old, yes. No, we do good. Not you. We do good.
Yes. Yeah, basically. So
It's a good move with a very heavy PR spin.
It's
while simultaneously being a bad move.
Yes. It's a very backhanded, like, we see we're losing, this mindshare situation, so let's try to switch the narrative.
The Senate does not recognize
The representative from
the union at Raven. Little Star Wars for you.
What has the world come to?
Disappointment. You've
heard it here first, folks.
Number 11, Lego and Epic Games. My tablet just went, what is going
got him.
on? Number 11, Lego and Epic Games have announced a new long-term collaboration to develop a children-focused metaverse. I don't like that sentence. I, in fact, hate that sentence.
When are we going to go back to getting good news?
Both said that they will form a family-friendly digital experience to provide minors the tools to become confident creators. I hate this story so far. Please fix it. They went on to say that they will allow 3 principles to ensure child safety for these new digital spaces. The well-being and safety of minors will be prioritized. Privacy will be safeguarded by putting their best interests first, money. Children and adults alike will be urged to have control over their digital experience. I hate all of this.
Yes.
Let's move on.
Okay.
I don't even want to continue down that. The whole thing sounds terrible.
It is. It's an absolutely awful idea.
There's a solid chance I would sue them if I could, Lego and Epic, for exploiting children.
Hopefully someone does sue them. Or, I don't know, someone like the EU is like, nah.
Yeah. Oh, that Belgian EU is going to come at him again.
Get him.
Go, Belgian, go. We believe in you.
You can do it. Number 2.
You can do it. Or bite his fucking face off, or whatever the water boy line is.
Number 12. The first 2 entries in the Max Payne series are being remade for PC, Xbox Series, and PS5.
Were we just talking about Max Payne?
We were.
Look at us go.
We are just...
It's almost like we speak things into existence.
All right, now if we could get that
need
Resistance
$1 million.
remake, that'd be great.
I need $1 million.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
Oh, Resistance is dead. I've said that for too long now to like.
Yeah,
bring
it's
it
going to
back.
be like the
I use my
Genie
powers
thing.
against you. I'm sorry.
It's going to be the Genie thing where, like, you know, you say, I want $1 million, but you get $1 million in Monopoly money.
Oh yeah, or the old. All right, you get one. You get one wish. You can have anything you want. I want Resistance to come back. Okay, you get 2 wishes, or whatever that one is, where like, the kid asks for something absolutely ridiculous, and he goes, "Okay, but not
that." The remakes will be released as a single package and are being developed by original series creators Remedy Entertainment, using the studio's Northlight engine. Rockstar is funding the project, which will, quote, be in line with the typical Remedy AAA game production, end quote, in terms of scope and polish. A release window has not yet been revealed.
I'll be intrigued to see what it looks like, but until then, whatever.
Yeah. I'm glad someone, I saw the news story on Reddit, and one of the first comments, and I'm so glad that someone brought it, was like, I can't wait to get massively frustrated walking a tightrope on umbilical cords or whatever again.
Oh, yeah.
With the fucking bloody murder scream that happens when you fall off.
Yep. Yeah, the basically worst Wilhelm screams.
Yeah.
I also messed up the meme, and I don't want to explain a meme because you never should have to explain a meme, but it's the Santa one.
Yeah, the
where
one
the kid
where
sits
it's like,
down and says,
I want a dragon. And they're like, no. Or like, yeah,
No,
what
it's
do you
like-
really want? And it's like, oh, I want a fucking PlayStation 5. And like, okay,
what
color
color's your
dragon do you
Yeah.
want? Yeah.
It's that, but with Resistance for Matt.
I want Resistance. Or like, yeah.
I want Ghost of Tsushima too. All right, no, come on. Like, what do you really want? Resistance to come back. Okay, what do you want Ghost of Tsushima to be like? What color do you want your samurai? Oh, Nobu. That was the name of one of my horses.
Nobu was one of them.
Not Agake.
I think the one that you know how you get the one that like your first one dies like halfway through the game or whatever.
I think that
one was Nobu for me. I think
that one was also Nobu for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe we chose 2 different ones in the second one.
Yeah. Which I don't remember that one.
I feel like I chose something with like an I.
Maybe. It's pretty common in Japanese language, but it's
The A.
So is A. No,
It wasn't Eero. What was it? I'm gonna have to look it up. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Nobu was my first one as well. Good old Nobu.
Yeah. He was a good boy.
The fact that they force kill your horse.
I know, that made me so upset.
Like, of all the things in that game, sure, I dishonored my grandfather. I murdered a lot of Mongols. But you killed my horse?
Yeah, he went out like a champ too, though. He was like...
Nori's lucky I couldn't get that fucking paddle star thing out of his hands, because I'd have been running around with a staff wielding asshole just murdering people.
Yeah.
Had it been my grandfather that killed that horse, he would have died in that rose in that ceremony. And not honorably either. Technically, honorable was killing him.
Yeah.
And I chose dishonor by letting him live. But anger would have fueled me.
How would you dishonorably?
Dishonorably kill him? You disgrace him.
Yeah, you poison him or something.
Yeah. It wouldn't be an honorable death.
Yeah.
And technically, him giving up anyway I don't see as honorable.
There you go.
But he a bitch. Oh, we must use the old ways to fight them. You want to lose, old man? I'm here to win. My name is Jin Sakai, and I am here to fucking win this shit. Now get out of my way.
Classic.
Meanwhile, you send the rest of our army across the bridge, and all die to poison. Shocked Pikachu face. Anyway, number 13. World of Warcraft's next big expansion is going to be all about dragons. And I swear if all chat is next expansion is Dragon D's nuts, I'm gonna be pissed.
I've said that so much this past week for some
It's
reason.
the one thing that I'm going to potentially just like leave guilds and servers if it gets too bad. Just like that's it. I'm gonna go play in my own server with blackjack and hookers. Like I'm not dealing with this.
We're watching an anime that deals with 4 dragons, and every time like dragon hits that, I go Dragon D's nuts. But like I'm not really watching the anime. I have time to like half asleep on the couch. So
You're
like,
just like you just hear it and you just kind of like wake up and you're like D's nuts.
so like Dragon D's nuts.
Right back to sleep.
Yeah, basically.
According to the folks at Wowhead, they found several references to WoW Dragonflight within the public source code of the World of Warcraft website, including references to base, heroic, and epic version pre-purchases. The code also includes reference to a new website, dragonflight.blizzard.com, which is currently inactive. Previous data mining has unveiled various dragon-related items, including a mount, a pet, and some spells.
Tell us more.
How much more do you want to know? Do you want me to like tell you everything that's gonna happen? Do you want me to predict? Do you want me to?
Is there anything?
This would be the earliest like prediction of anything, because their event is happening in 2 weeks.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do a
I think it's 2
prediction.
weeks.
What do you think's gonna happen?
What?
Or what do you
narrow it down a little bit for me? Like, do I think the next expansion is dragons, or like what do I think? That
You've
means?
I think you've already mentioned the dragons thing before.
Well, the dragon thing has been going around for
a while.
10 years.
Okay.
Like everybody's been jerking off a dragon expansion, but there's been no true like
I saw the photos.
good way to get there.
Yeah, I saw the photos of like from like I don't know some dev blog or something. I don't know if you saw that.
That depends on what you're talking about.
On someone's desk, they had like a
the old like hidden image thing type of whatever.
the Dragonflight thing.
Yeah, the Xbox Series X was in the whole.
What do you anticipate it's going to be? What do you expect it? What do you think it's going to be about? Or
I think about I don't know.
Okay,
I have a feeling that it's going to be the old.
It's gonna be an old god situation.
No, that's always still a break glass scenario in case of old gods.
Yeah. We run out of ideas. Old god.
Right, but I'm pretty sure we've, in theory, according to them, killed all of them until they make another one for us to fight.
Yeah.
Like,
When they're like,
Return of
shit.
Cthulhu.
Who the fuck's this guy?
Honestly, how they haven't done a Return of Cthulhu in 17, 18 years now, I'm surprised. Like, scaling AQ40, the first raid, or not the first raid, but the first, like, massive raid. Like, scale that up to modern day and let people go nuts, like, would be really interesting. Like, put some new flavor in it and be like, I don't know, old gods, man. Cthulhu 2.
Back.
Toothune.
That was good.
I could see them doing what they did with Covenants again. Which
I saw a lot of talk about
there's
that.
a lot of talk because there'd be 4 dragon. Like the thought is, okay, there's 4 dragon flights, and then you bind to a dragon flight, and then you get to do this all again, and it's like,
don't do this to me.
well, here's the thing: the Covenant system is okay now. It was dog ass on launch and up to like 9.1.5. But now that they've removed all the things that everybody told them to remove from the beginning, it's okay. So if we take it, which they never do, this is the other issue with them. They
It's
never
the pie in the sky. Like this is what.
Yeah, they never take their
what
good
they
ideas.
should do versus what will happen.
Yeah, they never take their good ideas at the end of the expansion and go, oh yeah, you know what? Let's just keep that going forward. They're like, ha, no, revert that. We're stupid again.
Do it all over.
Re-engineer the wheel. This time I'm going to start with a triangle, not even a square. Triangles. Like, why? So that's one of the theories. The theories is we bind to covenants or we ally with certain dragon flights.
Dragon flights, covenants.
We gain powers based on yada yada and whatever. Because that's the thing. Is there's got to be a borrowed power system somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I personally like the idea if they're freely swappable. It's like, no, you just get to bind with the dragons. None of them make you feel bad for choosing another one. You are here to just ally with the dragons, and then you get to go party around for like, yo, this is the bronze dragonflight dungeon. It's like, let's go be the bronze dragonflight, and you gain bonuses for being in like that dungeon. Like make it rewarding to be in there, but don't make it feel like ass to switch between them.
Yeah. So something a little bit more straightforward.
Yeah, which is kind of where we are now in 9.2. Don't do... I'm okay if the story is just like dragons have shown back up. They're not technically gone. They technically do still exist.
Mm-hmm.
But like there hasn't been a big baddie. The whole thing has been like Galakron coming back and running amok, which would be fun because they haven't really truly had an expansion with him in it. So I like the idea that just kind of we've been gone long enough. Like we've basically literally vanished and left for years while dealing literally in the realm of death.
That was big red X.
Yeah, I think it was that my backup file isn't connected.
Yeah,
that's what it usually is.
Sounds right.
But we've been gone in the realm of death for just
who knows.
Every now and then you'll see if you were somebody like if you were a typical villager in like Stormwind or Orgrimmar, you'd see your hero, your basic just god, walking through town. He'd pop out of a portal. He'd probably run over to the auction house. Then he'd run back to the portal and pop back to the realm of death. And you're like, what the fuck's he doing? Whatever. Like, but you just that would just be like happening all the time. Be like, they really only come here for the bank and the auction house. Anybody ever seen them do anything like around this world? Nah, man. Realm of death. Like, lots going on in there, and it's just like, what? Like, I would love to sit in a tavern in any of these towns and just have them be utterly, like, the common folk have to be just utterly fucking confused. What do you mean the realm of death is an issue? I thought we fixed that during Ice Crown. Huh? I wasn't even alive then. Like, just all this random shit. So, however they want to do it, I'm hoping it's more just like dragons are a thing, and that kind of the vacation vibe. It's not going to be the vacation vibe, but kind of the vacation vibe. But essentially, in a Ghost of Christmas Past scenario, you get visited by all the dragon flights as you're just kind of like randomly questing. They're like, oh, hey, you're that really powerful, insert class here. You should come help us. And then the red dragonfly shows up. Like, you should really come help us. And then the next is like bronze, black, green, red, whatever, all show up. And they're like, you should really come help us. And it's like this whole thing of them all having their own... They're not inner fighting, but they're having their own, like, trying to stop a thing that they know is happening type of thing. Like, oh, there's some, whatever, prismatic dragon or something that's, like, just gone insane. And they're like, basically a Deathwing scenario where it's like, he's going to cause a lot of issues, and we're kind of all here to try to help, like, make it work. But like, hey, you should come hang out with us and like help us out type of thing. So it's then it's just like, oh, hey, do you need my power right now? Yeah, here you go. And they like breathe fire on you or whatever, and you get that power.
They vomit on you. Like a baby bird.
Yeah,
they gotta throw up in your mouth.
So yeah, that's kind of what I would like to see. And then don't get rid of tier sets. Keep tier sets. Bring Master Loot back. Understand you can't bring Master Loot back, so just make tier drop a little bit more frequently, because dropping tier right now is ass. Give a little bit of loot protection, that'd be nice, but those are all just like...
So nothing like crazy, kind of like a...
Don't add a new class. For the love of God, do not add a new class. People are like, oh yeah, new class, because you get to play as like a dragon. Maybe you get to play as like a dragonborn, and that's like a thing. I'm like, race, fine. Class, no. They can't balance the ones they already have. Don't add a new
creep,
one,
man.
It's not even power creep.
It's power
just
creep in a different way.
Yeah, it's like you can add a new race. That'd be fine. Like, oh, cool, you're a little dragon guy, and you get to sprout like wings and flap for a little bit, or whatever. Like you have an attack to breathe fire that does like technically insignificant damage,
Mm-hmm.
but you can breathe fire for a little bit. Okay, cool. Like, kind of cool. Even if you had a thing where it's like you're your own campfire, so you can cook just like in your like without summoning a campfire to do the cooking proficient.
Yeah, you breathe on your food. Cook.
Yeah, you just sit there and kind of like hold on to it, and you're like, oh, look, it's cooked. Perfect. Like, that would be kind of funny. It'd be kind of cool. So it's some stuff like that. So I'd be fine with seeing like Dragonborn as a playable race, and similar to Pandas, choose Alliance or Horde type of thing. But don't make this so. Don't make a new class. Whether you create a new spec on an existing thing, like, oh, well, now scale mail would be like a more prevalent thing because you're hanging out with the dragons. They're all scaly. Okay, cool. So like that makes sense to have a male tank. Well, okay, then add that to the shaman. Don't like go make another thing because you're going to hurt yourself in the process of trying to make too many things work.
When's the
Oh, and give me baller abilities.
When's the announcement coming for this?
I think they were supposed to have a WoW event like April.
I remember us mentioning it in their whole list of shit.
I feel like it was in like the 20s.
Yeah, but it's not far off. It's like a month or two, right?
The announcement thing?
Yeah.
This month is April. I thought it was April.
Yeah, it's like April or May. That's what.
Yeah. It was like end of April or end of May, one of the two.
Yeah.
For some reason I had 20 in my head, but I don't think they were blazing it. So I don't think it's 420.
Blaze it. The dragons are like fucking just like hip.
Joint just stoned.
Just stoned all the time.
Bro, you would not believe what's been happening back on Azeroth. This bitch. At the same time, if you just showed up to like if they showed you in like a hookah bar in Azeroth, and it's all the dragons in their human form just vibing.
Yeah.
You're like, anyway, yeah, all right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys later. And
People
like,
would love
just one guy gets up and leaves and like walks outside and then just transforms into the dragon, flies away, and then you just like,
what?
Wait, did you guys know he was a dragon? What do you mean no? We all are. And then they all leave, fly up, and you're like, what the fuck?
What are these motherfuckers smoking?
I'm so high. I see dragons in front of me.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about with World of Warcraft?
Nah.
All right. Keep our eye on that one, as we do. Now for some short stuff. Unreal has formally launched Unreal Engine 5, which means it's now available to all developers. Niantic has acquired augmented reality specialist NZXR for an undisclosed sum. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, you know, the same dude who had a journalist killed a couple years ago, he's acquired 96% stake in the King of Fighters developer SNK via his electronic gaming development company. 2 Point Campus has been delayed.
No.
From May 17th to August 9th to better optimize.
But okay.
Yeah.
I still have things I gotta finish, so.
Yeah. SnowRunner is coming to PS5 on May 31st, in case you want to torture yourself.
We got the steering wheels now.
Yeah, steering wheels. Sniper Elite 5 has gone cold.
Just hard locked because your whole thing's just shaking.
They added so much to that game. It's insane. Like, there's so many maps now.
Do you still just use the one Russian truck?
You can, yes.
Of
There's
course.
actually another one. I think there's 2 or 3 now that are kind of like OP.
I mean, it's better than one.
Yeah.
Gives you options.
Well, the funny thing is, if you go on like the subreddit and stuff like that, these psychos don't use it because it's too easy.
Right. Yeah, they're the guys.
Even though like too easy is still difficult.
You have the same thing happen in Football Manager.
It's the Elden Ring, the Souls game thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens in Football Manager too, where you're like, I can't keep managing Man United, PSG, Barcelona, Real Madrid. Like, they're all too easy. They have too much money, so like I have to force myself at some point to like drop into the poorest league in the world. And
Yeah.
it became a conversation the other day. Somebody on the subreddit asked, like, what do you guys do after you kind of reach this point? Like, I have stupid amount of money in the bank. My squad is full of like all national team gods, and like nobody comes close to us. He's like, I like retire from the club and go somewhere else or whatever. He's like, I've never been able to, really bring myself to try a treble thing. And people are like, have you even finished the game if so-and-so hasn't won a World Cup yet? And like all these just random countries and everything. Things that are like
never would happen
in real life, but they're like memed staples of happening in people's FM saves.
Yeah.
Where like really obscure countries win the World Cup, and you're like, who the fuck even are they? Are they even in FIFA? Like the organization in the world? Are they allowed to compete?
Games. Sniper Elite 5 has gone gold.
Woo!
Dune Spice Wars launches in early access on April 26th.
I forgot that was a game.
Same. Fortnite raised $144 million for Ukraine relief. The Starfield marketing train seems to be gaining steam. Don't know if you saw any of those stuff. They showed some fucking companion robot, and there was a bunch of other screenshots of like high-res textures and stuff like that.
I just saw that. I think the Mets cleared benches, so we'll have to check that after.
Oh my god.
As Metsy as it getsy.
Can't help themselves. From Software's next game might feature a collaboration with Brandon Sanderson.
Wheel of Time Boy.
Black Desert Online is free to grab until April 13th.
I mean, that's free to grab from $10, so...
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a bad deal. I'm just saying it's not much of one.
Halo Infinite will at some point get content inspired by the Paramount Plus TV series, with 343 Industries hoping to catch some new players among the viewership.
I'm sure it'll also probably at some point have co-op.
Also, Halo Infinite Season 2 will be out in May and is called Lone Wolves. Still no co-op.
That's why it's called Lone Wolves. Because you're alone.
Yeah. You're like, this is perfect.
Somebody in a board meeting. What if we call it Lone Wolves because there's no co-op? And so everybody was like, ha ha ha, man, that'd be pretty funny. The guy at the top's like, oh my god, you're a genius.
Give him a raise.
Give this man a slice of pizza.
Rumor time.
Woo!
In case you didn't hate Ubisoft enough.
Oh, come on.
Ubisoft is developing a new third-person shooter IP called Pathfinder. Visually, it looks like a modified version of Hyperscape, and it is a PvPvE, because, Ubisoft can make nothing but bad decisions.
I'm just words. They escape me. And they don't really escape me, but I don't have enough of them to describe my current loathing of Ubisoft.
That's just how far they've fallen. How far?
Like, they were the last bastion of a pedestal I had.
Yep. And somehow...
And then they did the old bike spoke trick with a pickaxe, knocked their own shit down, and then dug a hole.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of wild how far they've come. How far they've fallen, I guess, the better way to put it.
They speed ran becoming shit.
Yeah. Which is crazy when the other two big shit companies are EA, which they've had been at it a lot longer.
Yeah, they've been at the ability of being shit longer.
And the current, disliked company, which is Activision Blizzard, which is their sole problem is culture issues. They still make good games.
Yeah.
For the most part.
They treat their people like shit. There's sexual harassment everywhere. And you guys also have that, but then you make shit games.
Yeah. Okay. Sony may be working on proper PS3 emulation for PlayStation 5 after some backlash. Who wants this stuff?
I got another question. Why are they surprised about Backlash?
I don't know, man.
Why are you pigeonholing yourselves with hardware
problem
that you
with
know
Sony-
full damn well you can run correctly PS3 and previous games on that architecture?
The problem with Sony is they think they're Nintendo. That's the problem with Sony. They're like, oh, we're like Nintendo. You're not. Nintendo is like some weird fucking black hole where they can get away with all sorts of weird shit. You're not them.
Okay.
All right.
I had to process where you were going with the they think they're Nintendo part. I was like, they made a console. Nintendo made a handheld they claimed was a console.
Yeah.
And still do. But they do the funky shit.
Yeah.
And I do see Sony trying to do like, ooh, we're the bad boys of console gaming. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No,
Yeah.
you're not.
No.
Your console is white. It's basic.
Get your shit together, Sony. Need for Speed is on track to arrive in 2022
Whoop-de-doo.
and will be a next-gen console exclusive.
Oh, nobody cares.
And that's it. That's it.
You boys heard of Gran Turismo?
Gran Turismo.
Or Forza Horizon 5.
I know, right? Like
Need for Speed has to step their shit up. Heat was an interesting, kind of idea, but they made the biggest cardinal sin of all. And what's that, Matt? Good question. It looked like they were trying to do a, oh my god, the shit Ubisoft racing game reward system.
The Crew.
Thank you. It looked like they were doing that as a reward system, which is a terrible way to do a racing game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, win this race and get this part. No.
I have a hard time imagining a
Win this race, get this money, buy whatever I want.
good Need for Speed game. Like Forza is so good at what it does, and Gran Turismo is so good at what it does. I don't see where there's room for Need for Speed.
Here's where there's room. And there's
Okay.
not really room. It's them cheating.
Okay.
It's something that they tried to do the first time, and I lambasted it for them then.
Okay.
But if done correctly, they can carve out a little spot for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They need to remaster/remake Underground 1, 2, and Most Wanted. Do not change how they function. Put them in a modern engine with ray traced everything, make them pretty, and let them just be what they were. Because you didn't have to win the race to get the part. You could just drive whatever you wanted. They were like three of their most open worldly pure games.
Mm-hmm.
And because the cheating is because you're remastering, remaking what you already have.
Yeah.
You're not trying to reinvent the wheel to compete with these other things. Don't put a story in. Have you noticed that in Gran Turismo and Horizon, we don't give a shit at all? They literally laugh. They put stories in as like a way to do missions, but there's no like, oh man, my brother got snagged up by the cops for street racing. Oh no, there's a dirty cop. What is this? It's all about family, Dom. Like, no. It doesn't need to happen. Stop doing it.
So good.
Just stop.
So funny.
Need for Speed. It's in the title. You just go fast. There's not need for story depth.
He's got a point.
Did you play Heat?
Which one's Heat?
The most recent one.
I don't think so.
Where you're like a street racer that there's a dirty cop that busts one of your friends, and then you like go to the garage and you're getting your car kind of tuned and whatever, and like then you start street racing.
I think I played like
I used the 10-hour early access demo to like play
I think I might have
hours.
played like a little bit of it, but
I
not,
played up to like where you couldn't race any further and you could only free ride for the next 10 hours. And that's what I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He might have even been the wrong name. I don't remember now, but it's like, what are you doing? There's nothing. I don't want to keep driving in this game because it doesn't reward you for just actually finishing a race. It doesn't, it felt so bad in multiple spots.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a fair play, though, is to remaster some old good games. I still want...
If anything, just put more cars in it.
Yeah, I would love a remaster of Porsche Unleashed, but that's really obscure. Like,
That is an obscure one.
Yeah.
I know the cover of it, and it's an obscure one. That'd be like asking to remake Carbon.
Yeah, it's old. It's old, too. It's
also old.
Yeah.
Carbon's the redheaded stepchild.
Yeah.
Nobody even talks about that. Rightly so.
Yeah.
But like, remaster your biggins the way that they were. Don't do, because they tried to make, I don't know if you remember this, they remade Most Wanted.
Yeah. It was just Need for Speed, wasn't it?
It was, no, they called it Most Wanted still. But they didn't, it was not a remake. It was, oh, here's Need for Speed Most Wanted, made for the modern whatever. And it was like terrible the entire time through. Like, the driving felt bad. It was not the same. It wasn't even the same map. It wasn't the same whatever. The cars weren't the same. Progression wasn't the same. Cop issues weren't the same. Like, nothing was the same. Give me those exact same games with more cars. Just put more variety in, because now you have modern car changes and everything. So, okay, your car pool goes bigger. And then give me a level up system. Like, Most Wanted was the blacklist.
Yep.
So you had the blacklist, but also give me an experience level as well. So that way you can save yourself from saying every car is available from level 1. Say X amount of cars are available at level 1, then level 5, then level 10, and then, that goes up to like 50, and then 50 unlocks every car except for the ones that say you need to be 10 or higher on the blacklist type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Problem solved.
I was looking up if Criterion was the ones that did Underground. I don't know
who also got moved off because now Need for Speed is under the house of the Project Cars people.
That's the other part of it, is that the new Need for Speed game, the one that we talked about, is Criterion again.
Oh, it is Criterion again. What did the Project Cars people do? Did they get moved to something else? I thought they got given Need for Speed and Criterion got kicked off.
Wasn't that Codemasters?
Yes.
Criterion was doing something else, but then now they're on Need for Speed again.
Weird. Because I remember the acquisition of Codemasters I thought was, okay, cool, you guys are getting Need for Speed, fuck off Criterion. Which was weird.
Yeah.
And also weirder now if they're back.
All right, so what is this? Criterion did Hot Pursuit. Most Wanted. And that's it. What are all these other ones? Did Criterion become? This is confusing. I'm confused. Oh, Criterion's Burnout too, obviously. So, what else they got here? Burnout. Need for Speed Most Wanted. Need for Speed Rivals. Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Weird indeed. Anyway.
So who did Underground? Carbon, Most Wanted, Underground. Underground 2 is EA Black Box.
Who doesn't exist anymore.
Hilarious.
Hilarious?
Shut down in 2013.
That sounds about right.
And at one point it was working on something called Need for Speed World.
Oh yeah, the rumored MMO forever.
Yeah, that never.
Or, sorry, the rumored, I guess, technical term at this point would be live service Need for Speed.
Yeah, which never happened.
No. What do you mean it never happened?
Apparently, I guess it did come out at some point, but it was
it did, but I don't think in the U.S.
Shut down in 2015.
Or it was a mobile game. I don't remember.
It might have been a mobile game.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, that it?
Yeah, I got nothing else.
All right, cool. 7 days. What you been up to?
Nothing really.
All right, then.
Watching stuff for the most part.
Watching.
Watching Moon Knight. Watched the first episode of Halo, which was fucking awful. What's frustrating though is like visually it's nice. Other than the
clear issues.
The clear issue is there's some weird proportion issues with the Spartans, but the Covenant and like their guns and like the effects and stuff. Like
that's where the money went.
Oh yeah, like the first time you don't really see the Covenant. You just you see like the drop ship. You know they're there, and then they start getting these like teenagers start getting shot at, and the first one that gets hit, it fucking like blows their leg off, and it's like vaporizes their leg because of plasma weapons. And I'm like, oh fuck! And then like someone gets shot in the head at one point with a plasma rifle, and obviously like head gone. And I'm like, oh yes! And I think
and then Chief walks in, and you go, nah.
Yeah, basically that's what happened. Literally, that's why I'm like, oh, this is getting good. Chief drops in from Pelican, and it's that shitty scene where he lands.
Oh, he does the superhero landing?
Yes. And I'm like, ugh. So, and then he takes his helmet off.
And I'm no longer interested.
And then he takes his helmet off and doesn't put it back on. And he looks like a broke-ass fucking Joey Gallo.
I like that they got that to happen, but they somehow convinced Mando to not take his entire helmet off for 2 seasons until the final end.
Yeah.
Or they managed to he's like, I want to take it off because I want to be, more or whatever. And they're like, no. That's character. No.
Yeah.
And then
when he takes it off, it's
Chief,
meaningful.
they're like, take it off. You're fine.
No helmet for you.
You
know what? No armor either. Let's see your ass.
Yeah. You got a dick?
Show me your dick.
Show me your dick. Just 2 guys being dudes.
Oh no! Oh, that popped. What else was there?
Just 2 dudes being it. Show me your dick. Oh, the video's so good.
Oh yeah, and then Dr. Halsey and Captain Keyes, their daughter is Miranda Keyes. Yeah, think about that one. Captain Keyes, Dr. Halsey, Boinkin. And oh yeah, Cortana is a clone of Dr. Halsey, like literally.
Oh,
not just like a
not used as a in the mind of.
Yeah, exactly. Dr. Halsey cloned herself, got in trouble for cloning herself, so she flashed the clone's brain or whatever into Cortana. Yeah, I'm just like, I'm
also not how that worked.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm out on this shit. Like, so I have a friend who's watching it, and so like I'll be like, all right, what happened in this episode? And he'll tell me things, and I'll just be like, oh my god.
You just have that moment where, oh no.
I'm like, oh no.
So happy this isn't canon.
Yeah. And then watching Moon Knight, and I'm liking Moon Knight. It's I like Oscar Isaac, so that's fine.
Yeah, it's one I need to watch because the idea was going to be to get Disney and binge Boba Fett and Moon Knight. But then after hearing everything I heard about Boba Fett, I'm inclined to not watch it.
I think you should watch it. You just kind of have to go in
with the understanding that it's not about Boba Fett at all.
Yeah, I mean the first half is Boba Fett. It's Boba Fett's origin, new Boba Fett origin story, like new as in like a current Boba Fett, I guess.
Which Boba Fett?
Yeah, like how is his current state of being, like that origin story, I guess. But like, and then it turns into like a preview for Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah,
so
Boba and Friends is what the second half is called, I believe.
And I think it might actually be. It might be more enjoyable binging it than waiting a week to watch an episode.
True, because you won't have the disappointment.
Yeah. But I'm liking Moon Knight. I think there's 2 episodes out now, and it's not like blow your socks off amazing, but it's a semi fresh take on like the superhero thing.
I say that mixed with it's the true introduction of a new character for people, so they have to kind of go slow.
Yeah, and it's like it's nice to see Oscar Isaac he's stretching his legs in like a weird way because it's Marvel and a superhero, but he's
crazy.
He's playing like multiple characters, so that's interesting.
Speaking of personality syndrome,
but that's it. I don't really have time to do anything else, and that's where I'm at in life, unfortunately. What have you been up to?
I've been up to a thing called. I was about to reference the song.
A thing called Love.
This is the rhythm you have.
Yeah, that part. How's WoW progress?
That song's just stuck in my head. We are 8 out of 11 still.
Okay.
Which is Anduin dead.
Yeah.
On heroic.
Having issues or just haven't put the time in?
Both we can kill both of them for sure, but it's issues are the cause of both of them. Not the cause of both of them not being dead for 9 and 10. Rygalon has a lot of personal responsibility that people keep failing, and if one person fails, it's a wipe. And then Lords of Dread, we only pulled it for like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes this week. But I think for sure that's definitely killable within the next week.
All right. Nice.
Rygalon's going to be a little bit harder because you can't screw up. If one person screws up, it kills everybody and you literally just wipe. So
that's unfortunate.
It's not like hard to not screw up. It's not hard to not screw up.
Uh-huh.
Like the mechanics are simple, but you can get screwed very quickly. Like there's
snowball effect you're saying, or
so the way that the specific mechanic works is you're fighting the boss, and then there are 6, I think it might depend on group size, orbs that spawn that are slowly getting dragged towards the boss.
Okay,
you kill the orbs.
Yeah.
Why did that just feel so weird? When you kill one of the orbs, a little pool / portal thing drops on the ground.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
Once that drops, on heroic, on normal doesn't matter. You can run through it, whatever. The people that get the bomb on their head need to run in it to clear, but it'll be there unless somebody else with the bomb has run into one. On heroic, if anybody walks into that portal, it will consume them instead and not the bomb person.
Okay.
So if the bomb doesn't get cleared, it does raid-wide wipe damage. So you only have X amount of time to clear the bomb. So if a bunch of them get killed like near melee and somebody walks wrong and then it's gone, well, now you're down one portal, so you have to go get one of the other ones and hope that they're dying fast enough as well so you can still make up for that gap. But if somebody doesn't get that, or if somebody accidentally takes the one that somebody was running to or whatever, then there's just high chances of one thing going wrong and killing everybody. And that phase happens probably twice with our damage, maybe 3 times. So, just a lot of personal responsibility.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're saying. And MLB The Show, of course.
Yep, show. Shownation.com. I don't know why. That just came out of my mouth. But yeah, playing the show. I created my player, but I haven't really done anything with him. The only reason I created him is because the servers were down for a little bit that night. That's why I realized I couldn't import my other characters in the whatever. So I just created him because the servers were down and I couldn't play Diamond Dynasty. And I was like, all right, well, played a couple games. I was like, okay, cool. Diamond Dynasty's back up. I'm going to go back to that. Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. It's still a pretty game for, what it is, and still plays well. And I'm always excited.
Nothing revolutionary.
I'm excited with the new mode. The mini seasons are fun because it gives you something that isn't Conquest. So like once you've done a Conquest map, other than going back and replaying it, it's like I before would kind of run into a wall where I'd be kind of stuck. But now it's like, I'll just do a mini season and just keep playing the game.
Right.
So
What else are you playing?
That's really it.
Gran Turismo at all?
Haven't played any Turismo and haven't played any Horizon.
Horizon, yeah.
It's been wow because I have to get stuff done for like my main character to get gear for the next week, and then the show in the downtime.
Yeah. I mean, the other stuff can wait.
Yeah, it's just the downside of having to get gear on the main guy because like it forces me to have to do things. Like my best way to get top end gear is to run like 10 mythics a week.
Yeah, which is time consuming.
Yeah, it's like between 30 minutes to an hour for each run.
Yeah.
So 10 hours a week, plus I'm already rating 6 hours a week, so
that's a lot of time.
Or technically 5 hours because it's 2.5. Which
a lot of time
then
for an
boils down
adult.
to really 4. Yeah.
Fucking kids.
Not even just that. Fucking working from home bastards.
Yeah.
I'll hop in Discord while I'm at work and like just kind of like scroll chat and like talk to some people, and I see people running stuff, and I'm like, you. Fucks.
I can't complain too much. I got to watch a whole baseball game at work today.
Yeah, I can't do that either.
So that was kind of cool.
I was watching like the stat pages, but I can't get the feed, so I was like, well,
yeah,
it would show like in play outs, and I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Oh, ground out. Yeah, I hate this place.
Well, I tried that initially. I had the stat page up, and I put it on my headphones on like the radio, WFAN. And I was listening to play by play. I'm like, it's not working for me. I was like, why don't I just fucking watch the game? So I threw the game up on my second monitor and was just like, this is kind of nice.
But yeah, baseball season.
Yeah.
Baseball.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right, that's all I got then. All right, we'll see you guys in 7 days. Bye-bye.